Hi friends, welcome to the Mostly Yoga podcast. My name is Aaron. It's been very hot past few days, very hot. But it rained yesterday, which I'm very happy about. I think it was it was a very heavy rain somehow, and I think it might have made the weather a bit more cooler, a bit more comfortable. I don't know. Don't really know. I don't know whether there's a science behind that. I'm sure when when it rains, it's just generally gonna be cooler for the next few days. So yeah, nice and comfortable. Slept very well last night, so I'm in a good mood. Hello to whoever you are, wherever you're at, whether we've met or not. If this is the first time you're listening to this podcast, hello, welcome. And if you're a long-time listener, you know who I am. Welcome back. As always, feel free to go to coffee.com/mostlyyoga to show your support if you want to give a little donation. Thank you in advance. And then if you don't really want to, that's fine as well. I always enjoy doing this. I always enjoy talking to people, so this will always be free to listen to, and I'll keep doing it until I run out of people to talk to. That's how it's always been, right? Like I run out of people to talk to, then I pause for a bit. Anyway, if you've been listening to the past few episodes, you know that there's construction happening next door, so you might hear some people outside. There's also, I think, a game going on in the school nearby, so you might hear a couple of cheers from the kids. And then there's also road construction across the street. So I think the past few minutes the tractor would move, then you hear like the crack, 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 crack. All part of the ambience of my space. So maybe that adds to the ASMR, or maybe not. Before I talk about my guest today, I'll just do a quick little mention of this clothing company that my friend is running. It's called iMala. Everyday active wear that energizes and inspires your daily choices. They have mostly girl stuff. They have see, somebody's called a goal. They are mostly girl stuff, and then they have a bit of guy stuff. I have two of their guy stuff, and so far it's been good. I like it, very comfortable. So if you want to and you wanna buy something, you can use my promo code Mostly Yoga for 10% off at checkout. You can go to their website or their Instagram. The links will be in the description below. Ching ching. Okay, so today's guest, or today's episode is quite a technical one, if you didn't realize it from the trailer already. My guest, Fadhil and I, we met over the Ramadan month, where actually he works out in the evenings, and then I think because fasting month he had to come break fast, right? So it made more sense to work out in the morning lah. So he joined the morning crew for a bit, and that's how we started chatting. And then one thing led to another. One day I was like, hey, you want to be on my podcast? And then here we are. We talk about a lot of what do you call it? Like body science stuff. Dieting, cutting, bulking, supplements, vitamins, training philosophies, and all that. A lot of bro science stuff. And again, we're not doctors, we're not medical professionals or certified in any way to give any kind of professional advice. This is all just trial and error, all based on our own experiences, and he is sharing from that space. So, just listen, see what you can take away from it. If you, and I hope you can learn something, and I hope you are entertained. Yeah. Without further ado, let's just dive right into it. Here's my guest, Fadhil. Enjoy. La la la. Okay. But then It sort of dies down after like 5. Because
Oh,
you know,
okay.
like they can't do any drilling after 5. or
Yeah,
some
like-
shit. But then they're still moving shit around.
Oh, that's true.
So
It's,
see whether we're lucky or not.
I mean, it's like it's not in my building because I work from home, right? So
Yeah,
that's
true.
another issue.
So yeah, and then like there's like just a bunch of construction happening in Pasir Ris. Don't know how long it's been since that part at downtown east has been, you know, that
Oh yeah,
in
that
front
cross
there,
section, right?
yeah, the cross section. Then they built the split lane, and then they built
yeah.
the condo or whatever.
Yeah.
It's been going on for damn long already.
I think it's because of Pasir Ris 8, right?
The MRT,
Yeah, the MRT,
Yeah.
right? So that's gonna be like the main kind of road carriageway. So they have to expand.
And you know, at the bus 17 there, also they blocked that part.
Yeah, over there.
it's gonna be blocked for like 3 years.
Yeah,
so every
for-
time you wanna go fucking Tampines, you gotta make one big round.
So even when I'm driving, right, I will cut through opposite Greenview.
There, Greenville is where?
So now it's Hai Sing, right?
No, there's
So
one school
block
opposite.
200 plus lah, 200 to 230 behind block 230.
Yeah lah.
So
Yeah,
that
that
road
one,
at
that one,
the
yeah.
country, right?
Near Loyang there, right?
Yeah.
Elias. Is it? No,
What?
Loyang Point.
Yeah, near Loyang Point
Yes.
there.
Okay.
So I will go to the car park here.
Turn left.
Yeah, turn left, go to the
Yeah.
car park, exit, coming
Then
out.
you come
of-
down,
Then you
right?
go down, and then
Yeah.
it's 2 traffic lights. I mean,
Now
it
it's
beats
better.
going all the way around with buses.
And every stop is like a traffic light stop.
Yeah. It's quite bad. Then like buses, especially, it's just like it's 2 lanes. So one bus stops,
Yeah.
everybody kind of like.
That's the thing with the downtown east part where it's 2 lanes. Then like the bus will occupy 1 lane. Then there's
Correct.
only 1 lane. You know the part where opposite E Hub, the Aranda side, where
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
2 lanes, and then at like 6 p.m. or those prime time, it's like it's jam all the way. That's why I never take 358. I fucking cycle to the MRT now. It's faster for me to cycle to
Yeah,
the
it is,
MRT than it is to take the bus.
Yeah.
Waiting for the bus, take the bus, wait for the traffic light to turn right, then you make one big round to stop down here.
Can you imagine an accident there? Like at the junction. Gone.
I've seen it. I've seen like the bicycle, like, and you know, like fucking on Sundays,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
allow and fucking hit the bicycle. Is it?
There's just like a whole convoy, and then the bus is just waiting.
Yeah,
I
and the
can't
bus-
kill a guy if I need to stop.
I don't know why the bus won't overtake. It's like their rule, or is it? Like, you know, if there's some Grab driver or what, like,
yeah.
some guy on a bicycle,
Yep.
they won't overtake him.
No, because there's fear that like if he wants to cut in to stop into the bus bay,
It's like you go out, you go in.
Yeah, you go out, you go in, and then once a cyclist gets caught,
Then
he's
you-
dead.
Then the
like
fucking bopian oh, I
Yeah.
hate that. I rage.
So
I'm
it's
on the
just
bus
like-
and I see this guy stalling behind the
yeah,
thing.
and the cyclists like they don't give a fuck. They don't think a shit about their safety, right? Maybe on the day because they're just going. So the bus is waiting and waiting for these like groups of 20 cyclists to just go past.
20, all this at least okay because they are like souped up, they got their nice road bikes, they're like journeying, right? That's
Yeah.
only once on a Sunday. But if it's some random abing on his scooter
Yeah.
and he's not moving fast enough, wow, sian. Anyway, that's the situation of our fucking Pasir Ris. We diverted a bit. Welcome to my podcast. First time?
Yep.
First time, of course.
Right. Yeah.
I think the first time I met you at the gym during Ramadan,
Yep. That's right.
I saw you a couple of times with the morning crew, said hi, and then start already. I said hi, and then like we had a few interesting conversations
Yeah.
about just learning how to, like, I'll see you teaching Bruce something.
Yeah.
I go over and I see what's this, learn some stuff, and then we talked about how like Bruce also mentioned how like you did some blood work thing, or your sister was working.
Oh, yeah.
in medical. Then I was like, okay, now I want to chat to you.
Yeah.
And then from there we had like this whole conversation about blood work and supplements and that led to all this kind of thing. And I remembered when we were having that conversation that day, and I was like, oh, okay, if I was like, he's an interesting guy to talk to, I want
Yeah.
to find out more. One thing led to another. Here we are. Took me a while to get this started again. I did Daniel the other day.
Yeah.
Also like very like rusty, you know.
Alright, okay.
We anyhow let me talk
Just
shit for a bit.
Conversation.
Stupid shit like now.
Yeah.
But at least with you, I feel like there's more things to pinpoint. There's more things
Okay.
to discover. But a little quick introduction, if you don't mind.
Like, in what way?
Just tell people who you are, lor. Okay, okay. I'm speaking to Fadhil. He is just a guy from the gym that I met. That's all the introduction we need, I guess.
I mean, yeah, it's just a normal gym
just
bro.
a normal gym bro.
It's just, I'm no PT, not certified
Not
in any.
not a doctor, not a scientist,
Yeah,
no education or cert in anything whatsoever. Just pure experience.
Yeah, just bro science.
Trial and error.
Exactly, trial and error.
How did your fitness journey begin?
Okay. Then this goes way, way, way back.
We got time. That's the whole point
Alright,
of this. Let me
okay.
get comfortable.
So, like, I remember I told you, like, I think yesterday, it's like I don't have the standard prototypical Singaporean upbringing. So, at 14, I moved to the UK.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so, like, so I did my O-levels and A-levels in a city called Durham, which is a bit south of Newcastle.
This is secondary school time.
Yeah,
So
secondary school.
you left in what, Sec 2?
Sec 2, yeah. So 14 to 18.
For what? Why?
My mom did a PhD in Islamic finance. So
What is that?
so it's
Just to write that down. I'll go back to that. Go on.
so like she was working under MUIS, so it's an abbreviation for Majlis Ugama Islam Singapura, which is the Islamic kind of government stat board for Singapore.
But in UK.
No, so like she was working, like she was an employee. Then based on what she did for Singapore, specifically in turning what, like it's basically a gold mine. Okay, so the concept of wakaf is land, right? People buy land and they're like, okay, this is for God, and then the only thing that they could think about was, okay, we'll just make it either a cemetery or a mosque,
Oh, okay.
right? Because this is like kind of holy land. Right? You can't do like illegal shit in it, right? So my mom's like, why can't we make this profitable, especially in a space like Singapore where land is scarce? So in the company, she decided that, you know what, I'm gonna make a halal kind of building. So she had a hotel built over a mosque. Say this would give back to the community even more than it would if you built a mosque or a cemetery, right?
I've never heard of such a
So
thing before. I didn't know got this kind of thing.
so she's like, she went to research all the religious rules and stuff like that, right? Whether it's possible and how do you allocate funds, because it's not supposed to be like super profitable, like trying to feed your own business, but it's the whole point of it is supposed to give back to the community.
So your mom's job in a way is to make sure that these things aren't so much like a money grabbing situation, but to protect certain institutions and to relegate it lah.
Yeah, it's in between, right? Because at the end of the day, at the start, people thought that it was only like what is allowed is mosques and cemeteries. They didn't know how to go beyond that, right? So she's like, why not? But within like certain means, right? Within like regulation and stuff. So she went to research all this. Then a lot of people took interest. Yeah, it took a lot of interest in this. I mean, it's money making, right? Right. So, especially like those in the Middle East, they're like, we're talking about like deeds of the land, like way back, and they're like, oh, they've been doing this like mosque cemetery for like hundreds of years. So after the Land Acquisition Act in Singapore, I think there's quite a lot of land that was dedicated to this specifically. Before the Land Acquisition Act, by like the traders in like from the Middle East, you know, like the Al Junid families, all the Al Sagoff families and stuff like that. They trade spice, like all that Haji Lane and Bussorah Street, that whole stretch is supposedly, I think quite a lot of them are actually like designated land, holy land, right?
I mean, there is a mosque there.
Yeah. So she's like thinking, okay, why not? Why don't we make it a business out of it? Then you can kind of reap more rewards, and again, like, you bolster the economy, the society, the people. That's kind of what you want, right? Like give jobs, etc. So started researching that, and a prof from Durham University, I think, attended one of her seminars. It's like, you know what? How about you do a master's on it? Do some research, right? I think this is very valuable. And then she's like, no, master's is just 1 year. Like, why would I do that? And came back to the next seminar. She's like, you know what, PhD, go for it. Then Muiz kind of agreed to it. So she got like everything, all expense paid for, relocation, family. And then I'm like, yeah, just go for it.
Damn.
So that's the reason why the whole family moved to the UK in 2007.
How big is the family?
Just me, my sister, my dad, my mom.
Okay lah.
So for
how long were you there for?
4 years. So initially, Muiz gave her 2 years, then 2 years back. So most of her research should be done in the first 2 years, and she kind of like, because of like books and stuff and libraries and all the people that she needs to meet, can focus within the first 2 years, and then that's mostly research, and the rest is writing your thesis. So writing your thesis, final 2 years. So my mom rushed it because she would have to come back after 2 years, right? So we all came back after 2 years in 2009. Yeah.
That's like quite. 2009.
Yeah,
Okay,
2009, yeah. So 2009 is quite short, right? So I'm back here. I just finished my O levels, and it's like they're like, oh yeah, because the UK kind of scrapped the GCE O level system and started a GCSE system where it's like 13 subjects. So Singapore didn't recognize it because it was new.
So you do it again.
No, so I went back. They're looking at my cert and like, what is this? We don't recognize this. I had to study for entry exam for JC. Because at that point I didn't know what to do, right? Am I gonna go into a diploma, or I don't know. I need to pick a course. I'm good at math, good at physics. So I'm just like, okay, I'll try my luck with JC. Tried Meridian JC. Spent about 2-3 months studying for their exam, only to find out that they were testing me like JC2 stuff. I'm like, what? UK is already behind on math like by 6 months versus Singapore, and you're testing me JC2 shit. Like, there's no freaking way I can pass this, right? So at that point, they also told us like, yeah, all the JCs are gonna do it like this. You can try your luck with poly, right? But then I was like, yeah, you know what? Even if I go poly, I also don't know what kind of course to do, right? My visa was still valid. My mom's like, you know what? Just go back. Yeah, just go back, but you're going back on your own. So at age kind of 15, going 16, once we made that decision, it was just like, okay, 3 days later you're flying back. Try to sort out your own accommodation, right? I have friends there, still kind of studying there. You can kind of like crash with them, but we haven't gotten anything like final or anything like kind of decision, because we don't know when they're gonna leave as well, right? So obviously, because I've obviously been there for 2 years, I already had friends. So I had a friend, dude's from Hong Kong. His family stays there. He brought up there, so he's like, oh yeah, I have a room. We normally rent out to like uni students, so you can crash there. So like, okay, I got my room set up. I have a place to live. So basically at 15 to 16, I took a flight on my own to the UK, set up my own bank account, registered myself for school.
Damn.
Yeah. So, yeah, just kind of thrown into independence.
Okay, let me catch up with this. So when you got pulled out at Sec 2, you spent 2 years in UK. That means you're Sec 4 by then.
Yep.
And then how was, like, you joined a regular school, or you
public school.
Public school.
Yeah.
And then life there was fine, normal, typical fucking teenage life lah. You stayed with your
racism, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So Durham City, you can say it's more like a kampong.
Yeah.
Right?
Everybody knows everybody, small town.
Yeah, small town. Nobody's been ventured out anything further than the UK. At most, they spend.
Do you enjoy it there? The 2 years?
The weather's fine.
Is it really? The weather?
Like, I mean, it's not hot.
Oh, that's true. Okay, yeah.
It's drizzly.
Yeah, right.
just-
Very dreary. Yeah.
Yeah, cloudy all the time, right? Yeah.
Okay.
But
And then so 2 years there, and then mom's PhD thing was done. Came back 2 years later.
not done. Time was done. Her term, like,
But
to
still
be-
meant
still
come
continuing
back,
to
right?
yeah.
So she came back, and then you were in Singapore. So once you came back after 2 years, you were in Singapore for like what, 6 months?
Less than that. Probably 3.
3 months, tried out at the JC, didn't work out, went back to UK by yourself, and mom was like, go for it.
Yep.
Is your mom like just pretty like free spirited? She's like, yeah, sure, go live your life, explore,
No,
see the
she's
world.
like, she's looking at like what I'm kind of indecisive, right? Like at that point, and to her, she's like, okay, you know what? Just do whatever you can, score.
You have this opportunity to
Yeah,
go. You have
just-
friends there.
Yeah, just try and score for A levels, and then maybe you can land yourself in uni over in the UK, right? Which is kind of like what a lot of people kind of want to do. And so we also looked into the school fees, right? You say after 5 years, right, being there without leaving the country for more than I think 3 to 6 months, you're considered a local, so you get local rates,
Okay.
which is interesting, right?
Yeah,
because
it's
like
so
it's like
easy.
3 times more
Yeah.
in like school fees when you talk about uni if you're an international student.
Also,
But
this is like government stuff. Like the price for all these like registrations and stuff like that. You're subsidized just because you stay there for 3 months.
for 5 years. For
5 years.
Yeah, 5 years without leaving more than 3 months, you're considered settled. So
Okay,
you get local rates, yeah.
Okay. But you were there for less than 5?
Yeah, less than 5. And that's because of NS.
Oh shit, fucking NS, of course. So okay, wait. So you're there. You're doing your JC.
Yep.
You finish your JC.
Finish my JC.
2 years,
2 years, yep.
and then you immediately come back.
And I'm like, you know what, I can work here for a bit, or I'm applying. I'm applying to the UK, right?
Right.
And then apply, and then got into Southampton University. Right? Got a few offers, but kind of spoke to the school, trying to negotiate, because I've been 4 years at that point, right? Not 5. So after we came to a consensus, we said that like, okay, you know what, for your first year, you can pay international rates. And if you don't leave,
fair enough,
right, then the remaining years you can end up getting local rates, which is fair. Which is still cheaper than international rates, right? So you got that, and then NS was like almost like, no, you have to come back.
Fucking. Okay.
Yeah. So gym
So you-
journey started there.
Oh shit, that was a one big
Yeah.
life story before we like. Alright, that's how I started gym.
Yeah, that's how I started gymming, man.
Wait, so you finished your JC. You didn't manage to go to uni.
I didn't accept because I would have to pay international rates for all 4 years.
And you still have to come back anyway, what?
Yes.
Fuck.
Right.
Okay. So you come back, you go to army. What? Army, right?
Police.
Okay lah. Okay
SPF.
lah, yeah. You do your stint. You're done. Oh, yeah. So then what? So you were a skinny kid, right, back then?
Yeah, I was a skinny kid. So like in a kind of like a village of racist folk, right? Who's never been out there, kind of don't understand anything. So there's obviously racism and stuff. And I'm a skinny Asian kid in a racist county. Yeah, you get bullied a lot. Yeah, so picked up. I mean, I've always kind of like enjoyed combat kind of sports, right? Kind of like, yeah. So a lot of contact sports, right? So I did quite a bit of sports there, but I realized that I need to put on quite a bit of mass. So a lot of contact sports like kickboxing, taekwondo. I think I did American football. Yep, but skinny kid, 45 kg.
Damn. 45.
Yeah. So picked up some dumbbells, worked out at the local gym. Kind of started there. Kind of didn't know what I was doing, but like I was getting stronger at least. Standard, like 6-pack shortcuts, my Chang. Eat whatever you want, just eat a lot and then work it out. And then the only thing that you do know is just like a bench press, bicep curls, and like maybe
Just go there
some
anyhow,
squats.
lah. Just like see what people do, then just do it.
Just swag, but
No plan, arms day on every day, chest
Yep.
day when you feel like it.
then kept up quite a bit with contact sports as well. So that's like the weightlifting kind of supplementing the contact sports. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then,
Because you figure like you need to be stronger, but the main thing is the sport,
yeah.
right?
So kind of did that for a bit, and then came back. Yeah.
Came back army.
Yep. So again, because Singapore follows the calendar year, instead of the like kind of,
January to December.
yeah, rather than like semester year, right? Like uni does. They kind of follow the semester year in the UK. So when I came back in like June 2011, NS, I got my letter, right? And they were like, yeah, you're enlisting in May next year.
Waste time. Damn waste
Yeah.
time.
So I was like, why can't I join in December? I was like, oh, that's the BP squad. They're like,
Okay. Whatever lah.
yeah. So I wasted my time. Started getting back on weights, right? Because, yeah, back in Singapore, you have no friends, right? Your friends from secondary school are all like mugging for exams, right? They're about to do their A levels. And so I'm like, okay, you know what? That was when the SRC, the Sports and Recreation Centre in Pasir Ris, just opened up.
Wow. What was
So-
it before?
I have
It's
no
just
idea.
empty?
I think it was just a car park.
Oh, I couldn't remember anymore. Yeah, but okay, yeah.
Yeah, so when they got that like swimming pool and that first active
Oh, that was I went
SG,
there also. Yeah.
Yeah.
They had like the 1 year, not 1 year, like $100 thing, right, on the app or something.
Oh yeah. Even prior to that, like
When you pay $250 to
yeah,
go in, buy the
$250
blue
per entry.
towel.
Correct. That's right.
I remember those days. Yeah.
Yeah. So I came back to kind of lifting weights, I guess, there. Yeah, back then, yeah, maybe 50-ish. Yeah.
That's still lighter.
Yeah. Kind of lost a bit of weight. Come back to Singapore. The change in weather was quite bad. Like I had like nosebleeds for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like sneezing non-stop.
Okay.
Yeah. But then yeah. So I had like 7 kind of, yeah, quite a long time, right? I had like basically 10 months. So started lifting weights again, got pretty strong. Moved up to about 64 kg.
Not bad. 15. That's okay. Lah.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yes.
And you were eating lah. You were like
Yeah, I was
bulking lah.
eating. And I was kind of like, following those like, I'm gonna eat chicken breast and like brown rice and broccoli and stuff, eating clean diets and stuff. And then I'm like, nah, I can't take this anymore.
It's not sustainable.
Yeah.
Like it's healthy, sure, but like every day, every meal.
Yeah, it's pretty shit. Yep.
Okay.
Then yeah, I kind of started getting back into boxing and MMA. Yeah, so I joined Evolve end of year. 3 months in, got my 3 tags white belt for BJJ.
Whoa. Okay.
Yep. And then they're like, you know what? You gotta do it for a bit more before you kind of move up to blue belt. Yep. But then NS started, so
Waste time.
yeah. So I mean, back then obviously I spent like 3-4 hours a day at Evolve at Far East, first Evolve, right? So like my kind of fitness level was like through the roof.
You're prime, you're young, you're fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just kept going for classes and stuff. So, but I did really like boxing. So yeah, my first IPPT, like the 2.4, like, and I mean, I'm a guy who hates running, right? But because of all
Cardio.
that, all that cardio from like the 3 to 4 hours a day of basically HIIT, right? My first 2.4 was 9-minute flat.
Damn.
So they're like, you like a track runner or something? I'm like, no, I just skip a lot.
That helps. That does
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
I got into a bit of calisthenics because the gyms in camp were kind of
It's just
crap.
a pull-up bar.
Yeah, and like
Parallel
I
bar,
think
you know,
they do have like gyms like bars and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that, but that's usually taken up. We got like 2 companies just sharing one gym, right? So yeah, it's
Okay.
quite bad. Then yeah, just keeping it up, even in uni. Uni did cheerleading.
Yeah, I saw that on your Instagram. Yeah, I was like, oh.
That's another kind of YOLO decision by my parents again. So in year 1 uni, right? So like, okay, first YOLO decision was like my parents, like my mom's like, yeah, I'm gonna do PhD, everybody's gonna follow me. 2 years later comes back, and then they're like, oh yeah, you know what? You still have your visa valid. Just go back and study. Yeah, go back and study. Just
Gangster.
on my own.
Yeah.
Okay, came back. Then uni started. Just like, what's this? What course is this? Material science engineering. I have no idea what it is. I probably just anyhow clicked on the drop downs and got it. I'm going to NTU, guys. Okay.
That's all that matters, right? Okay, what? Just tell people you're from there.
Yeah, just NTU engineering. Okay, you got into NTU engineering. Well done. Then obviously you got Hall, right? Because NTU is like the other side of Singapore. We're staying in Pasir Ris.
Yeah, fuck.
So I was staying in
West side.
Hall, right? Then I think after the first semester, about a month into the second semester, maybe Feb, my mom was like, you know what? I got a job offer in Malaysia. I don't think, given my qualifications, I should be working for the government, right? If you're working for a government,
maybe,
you get like a payroll, and then
You go private.
You go, yeah.
That's where the money's at.
You go for a seminar, and then you charge like 2,000 seats, $200 per seat, and then that goes to who, right? It goes to the government, and it's not like you're gonna get a raise or anything, right? So people are coming in and out of like different countries trying to attend the seminars. It's like, why should I just like stay here, which I've been here for like 20 something years. So yeah, so she went to Malaysia for a job.
How long?
5 years.
By yourself?
No, with the whole family.
Again, wow.
Yeah, so like I'm left now. Now they left me, not I left
you're
them.
in NS.
No, in uni first year.
First year.
Yeah.
How old were you already? 21. 21.
And I have a sister who just finished, like, I think she finished her O levels, right? I think about 4 or 5 years difference, right? Then she started poly and she did not like what she was doing.
Let's go to Malaysia.
So she's like, you know what, I want to do biomed. And like, where are you going to do biomed? You kind of like did not study for O levels, right? So she took a foundation year in University of Nottingham.
Okay.
In Malaysia. Malaysia campus.
Okay.
So they're like, you know, if you pass your foundation year and then you can go.
to-
Yeah, so she kind of skipped pre-university education with a foundation year. So when she got in, and then my mom's like, you know what, I can like just move. And your dad's Malaysian. We can all work there. We can buy a house. Yeah, and that decision was made in like February. Right? And I'm like, so what am I gonna do? Like, who's gonna take care of the house? She's like, oh, the house is gonna be rented out. So like, you need a hall.
Okay.
You need a hostel. And at that point, hostel is something that you fight for.
All right.
And I'm like, you tell me now,
Right.
like towards the end of the semester, I've done jack shit. Right? I haven't done anything to earn this. So I think I picked up in hall like cheerleading for fun, and I was pretty good at it. So once my parents were like, yeah, we're moving to Malaysia, secure yourself a hall. I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna try for school team. So I went for their tryouts, got into their B team, and then yeah, so I secured myself hall.
How does that link? How does being...
Because now you're in school team, you are in IVP, you're intervarsity player. IVPs have priority, allocated slots.
Huh.
So again, gaming the system, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so gaming the system, and yeah. So that's how I got in a sport that not many people kind of prescribe to. Then I obviously had to stick with it, right? All the way throughout my uni years.
You have to already, but it worked out, ma. Because parents are gone, house is rented out, you need a place to stay, you found a place to stay.
Yep.
And you found it by doing something that you enjoy, that sort of like,
Yeah.
it all worked out, lah.
Yeah. But it also was super time consuming and injurious. So towards the final year, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I was also with the golden generation of like cheerleaders.
What's appealing about cheerleading? Like, what made you want to join? Was it you don't strike me as someone who is particularly very like enthusiastic. Like I figure like you need like that kind of personality to be a cheerleader.
Yeah.
But is it more of just the calisthenics part of it?
I think it's more of the satisfaction when you achieve a stunt. It's like, you know how you try to do a trick while skateboarding, right? Keep trying, and then you finally succeed. So you have satisfaction, like, I've been there, I've done that, I'm good enough, right? I've acquired this skill,
Right.
and I can do it anytime now. And then there's the next level up.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's
Has
not so
this-
much like a performance sport as much as what people think it is. It's more of like a different kind of performance, like not to perform in front of everybody, but like it's a skill set. It's
Right. It's something lah. Right?
yeah,
It's
it
still
is something. Yeah, and there's difficulty levels, there's a
Yeah.
scoring system, transitions and everything. So it's an athletic sport at the end of the day. It's
Right.
not just for show with like pom poms and everything. That's just a very like small portion of it.
Do you think that this mentality that you have of how you wanted to keep doing the thing until you managed to this mentality of practicing until you managed to do the thing, right?
Yeah.
Did this come from cheerleading, or was this something that you learned before?
Like way before,
right?
like even in like contact sports, right? Like there's a couple of like submissions you want to do BJJ. You've never tried before. You got your standard go to like rear naked choke guillotine, right? But have you ever done like an omoplata, for example, right? Like how do you execute that? Like in the spur of the moment, stuff like that. Yeah.
That's true. That is true. Like even though you know how to do the move, it's another thing to execute the move.
Yeah.
And then somebody always has a counter to whatever they want to do. You just have to
Correct.
catch it at the right moment, the right time,
Yeah.
from one transition to another transition.
It's chess, man.
Yeah, it is chess. It's fucking human chess. I love it so much, man. I really love it. I really need to get back into it.
Yeah. And you bait the guy in.
Dude, I've been a white belt for like 7 years. I started 7 or 9 years ago. I can't remember. Like my friends are all like almost brown already.
Oh damn.
I was like, I don't know why my journey, the jiu-jitsu gods have not been kind to me. when I started, I got distracted with work, so I couldn't go. And then when I quit my job to go, COVID.
Yep.
And after COVID, I went back to a trial, popped my ACL.
Oh,
And
shit.
after ACL, then that's how I sort of went to the gym. And then
Okay.
I
Right.
still want to get back into it lah. I feel like it's something that I will always do.
It's fun.
It's fun. It's damn fun.
But yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I also stopped contact sports because of cheer. Because there's no contact sports in uni. Like you got your interest group like Muay Thai, which is not something that I wanted to do.
It's not sustainable, so I feel.
I did BJJ, interest group, everybody sucked.
You need iron to you need iron and iron, right?
I mean, but it was good to experiment on newbies, right?
Yeah.
You're just like, okay, I'm gonna try this new hold. Let's see how it
I
works.
saw this on Instagram. You try and do it on you.
Yeah. But it was all no gi.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Because obviously gi is quite expensive. But then again, those people that who joined that have
Just
like
wearing like some baggy t-shirt or whatever.
yeah. So I mean, it also didn't give me any points in hall. There's like a membership fee
You
just
got,
to
you got
rent
to go
out
and
the
study.
rooms.
You got time. You got stuff to do.
I mean, studying, I kind of didn't do much of that. And that was cause of cheer. I mean, we're talking about like 6 hours a day.
On like a work day, on a school day,
Yes.
not like a weekend.
Yeah, we're talking about like 6 p.m.
But then isn't how the schedule is? I mean, how is the schedule like? Like
Okay, so
you
it's
go to
supposed
school,
to be after school, right?
yeah,
So it's maybe starts at 5, maybe at 6
and
p.m.
plus 6 hours.
Yeah, so you end at like midnight, 1 a.m.
Damn.
And then like all those strong guys are pretty damn fat because yeah, you need to be big, right? But the culture is go to training, after training go for supper.
And
And
go
then-
drinking lah, fuck.
Yeah, usually like,
Yeah,
I
you
mean
go
like
to
on a
sleep at
Friday
2.
or what, yeah.
And we got next day.
Then
go to
for
school.
me it's like, okay, now I've gone for training, right? Okay, I now had food. I need to slot in the gym.
Oh damn.
So at 2 a.m. I'm hitting the gym till 4.
Ah.
Right? Luckily my hall is quite near the Nanyang CC, so it's walking distance. Anytime Fitness. So back asleep at like 5-6 a.m. and the whole cycle repeats. I wake up at like 3-4 o'clock. So I literally don't go to school.
Okay, you wake up at 3-4 p.m.
Yep. Because I go to sleep at 5-6 a.m.
So you're just a full-time cheerleader slash gym bro lah. There
Yeah.
is no school. How do you pass or what? Like
So like luckily for engineering, right, they hold quite heavily on like
Your
midterms or your exams. Just like midterms maybe like 40%, exam 60%, right? Yeah, that happens. So I'm not ready for midterms, MC.
Damn.
So 60% is now 100%. And usually we don't train during the exam break because it's exam break,
Exam
right?
break, people are busy.
Yeah. So we're talking about like
So then you chong.
I learned 13 weeks of lecture.
Is this normal? Is this what people do there? Or is it just the cheerleader? Or is it just you?
There's a few others that kind of do it like me.
Because if people are, if the cheerleaders are like, you know, working out, practicing six hours, then going out to drink, the next day they go to school, right? But you don't. They go for class.
I mean, like some of them are like dying because they go for like projects and stuff like that, right? But then again, it's project based, right? So okay, let's just say that most cheerleaders are not from engineering, right? They're usually from humanities, NBS, stuff
So
like
the
that.
curriculum is a little bit different.
Yeah. So for those who are in engineering, at least half of them just flunk.
Right.
I've known a few that just like fail. Some have dropped. Either that or they just quit cheer because they're gonna kind of get kicked out of school.
Yeah, lah.
Right? And then those are smarter ones that kind of keep up with everything. And then there's people like me who's like has the attention, like a short attention span. I could go to class, but like then again I don't want to because there is no value in it. I feel like you got like profs from I don't know where with weird as shit accents who has no idea what they're talking about. Because at the end of the day, we have past year papers, we have a curriculum to study for, right?
And then at that age, you're involved in something that you feel like is beneficial to you. You can see the growth. You're enjoying it. Why would I want to study when I can do this instead?
Yeah, I didn't have I want to get first class honors. You know, like,
you want to be able to do the thing, the triple somersault, whatchamacallit.
And I didn't see like at the end of the day, as long as I get my stupid 24K piece of paper, right? That's all I'm in it for. I don't like studying things that I don't want to study.
Nobody does.
Right? Yeah. So the goal at the end of the day was just to pass.
Okay.
And that was sufficient to pass. We were talking about like 3 days worth of studying for one module. It was like a whole day of lectures, a whole day of tutorials, a whole day of past year papers, go in, come out. I passed. We're good.
Yeah.
But there's a few that I kind of like should have MC'd, but I didn't. Probably woke up too late or something, and then just flunked. Right? Then I had to compensate for studying towards the end.
Yeah. I mean, standard.
Yeah.
The price to pay lah, right?
Yep.
Okay. So let's
Talk about gym.
talk about
eating.
gym, bro. Yeah. We digressed
A lot.
but very interesting. So okay, you worked out before army, you worked out during army, you worked out during uni.
Yep.
And then after uni, it's just been a habit lah, right? You've
Yeah,
been
it's
working out
just-
for like half of your, most of your life already lah at this point.
Trying to fit it to work. Kind of figured it out in 2018, 19. Like what worked.
So now you're just gymming. There's no other, is there anything else?
I mean,
You still do,
like extracurricular.
yeah.
Nah.
No hobbies, right?
Like the cheer people are still doing cheer, which I
Where?
feel like they have their own team. There's outside teams, but there's like, I mean, again, they to me they're like children. They're stuck. You know, some people just get stuck.
in the school life. I get what you mean, yeah.
Yeah, so they haven't moved on from there, even though they're like 35.
Yeah, that's
It's
okay.
quite ridiculous, and the amount of drama that goes on because of that level of mentality, right? Obviously, what comes with it, right? The level of mental maturity
Yeah.
that comes with it, and then you're in an environment with people who are just like that. It's just gonna be like fuel for
Self-fulfilling
fire.
lah. It's just gonna keep going on. I see. Okay, good that you left that space. I mean, it served you at that point in your life,
I mean,
sure.
yeah.
When you were young, when you were like, wanted to have a community,
Correct.
and then that chapter
Then
has
you're
closed up.
just in a different phase of life, right? Where your priorities are different. It cannot be just cheer. Like, yeah, that's fun, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Right? You want to surround yourself with people that kind of push you forward and propel you into the next phase of life.
So what's your fitness goals now, if there are any? It's more of maintenance.
I guess when COVID hit, because I was like making good progress and stuff like that, and then COVID hit, then I was just running, right? And then some pull-ups and stuff at the fitness corner. Lost a lot of weight.
Push-ups are fun. This kind of standard shit. I bought like all my kettlebells and all this kind of shit. Like, yeah.
You try to get it back, right? And then I went kind of full blown trying
Home
to get
gym.
it back. Yeah. I think also because of the time that I had. So
I really had so much time.
I quit my job to do a data science course. When that course started, when COVID hit. So now when I finish that course, we're talking about like it's phase 1, phase 2, right? So I'm jobless. It's phase 2. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna apply for jobs and work out. So had a lot of time on my hands, bulked up from 64 to 80.
So, 10, 20, 20,
16
64, 64, huh?
16 kilos.
Okay, how long?
July to December.
6 months? Fuck, I took 1 year plus to gain 15 kg. And I eat like a dog, and I still like, okay. And I fucking eat like rubbish, just to like, I'll
Yeah, I
put
did.
oil in my rice, that
So
kind of shit.
I had a routine where I would just cook like a whole kind of like pot of rice, throw about 300 grams of minced beef, just fried over the pan,
Yeah.
and then 6-7 eggs, throw it in, mash it all up, put some soy sauce, stick of butter, just eat it for the next few hours,
Yeah.
and then after that I'll wash it down with soft drinks,
Damn.
and
That does not sound
yeah, and it's half a dozen of filled donuts every day.
So it's dirty lah. You're just doing it dirty.
Super dirty. Yeah.
But you feel like shit there. That's the
Yeah.
the bad thing about dirty bulking. I
Yeah,
try,
you
I mean, I've
maintain
done.
fitness
I
level.
did dirty bulking because it's the easiest, the cheapest, the most fun way to do it, right?
Correct, yeah.
But I still like, wow, I feel like shit every day. I want to die. Yeah. Every McDonald's, I want to throw up.
But yeah, that was how I got to 80, and I'm like, okay, at this point I'm hitting about 4,005, right? I can't push it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, how am I supposed to eat
blend your
anymore?
chicken and drink it, That's the next step already.
It's like, what, am I just gonna snack off like a stick of butter
Yeah.
every day, right? Like, it already sucked having to eat that much, force yourself to eat that much. You can't push the bar anymore. So I'm like, okay, there's a limit to bulking. So let's try, go back to maintenance and then cutting. So again, this is experimenting, right?
Right.
Like, what are the limits of how long you can bulk for? And I tried again in 2021, right? So got back to 80 again, cut down to 71 or 72. Got back up to about 79, 80, got back down. So I'm like fluctuating between like 80 and 70 most of the time.
That's a huge fluctuation.
Yeah. So bulking and like the training method, right? Volume. So standard push-pull legs before, then bro split 5 times a week. Then I decided, you know what, I just need more volume. I don't need that much rest. Life happens, I will need to rest anyway. There will be a day where I cannot gym, right? And then I just resume again. I'll take that as my rest day. Or if I feel like shit, I'll just, come in, do some mobility exercises, stretch, get a pump, and then leave. Right? You're not doing like crazy damage to your body. It feels like active rest, but you're still coming in to do.
That's the first time I heard this when you first told me about how you don't have a rest day.
Yeah.
But it makes sense because when I first started, I did push-pull legs 6 days. I
Yep.
was gay count. I wanted to go all out. I wanted to fucking like build the body, right?
Yep.
Not sustainable.
Yeah.
Tired. I had the time, but I didn't have the energy.
Yeah.
And then I changed. I experimented. I went from push-pull to bro split.
Yep.
Bro split works because you're killing one body part a week.
Yep.
But then it's not effective because you're not hitting it twice a week.
It's
So
not
then
enough volume, right?
Yeah. So I went to push-pull legs, Arnold.
Yep.
So I did push-pull legs, shoulders, arms, chest, back.
Right.
But then I didn't have enough rest time between the upper body parts.
Okay.
So like it's like I do push, then after I rest legs, then I just straight away do chest back again. So I only got 1 day to rest to do like major body parts.
Yeah.
So I was again tired, not sustainable. Now I'm doing push-pull legs, push-pull again, but one of the push 2 and pull 2 is more shoulders and arms focus.
Okay.
So at least I hit all the body parts that I want to twice and I'm doing less.
Kind of like one heavy, one light day, right? If you,
Yeah.
if
And
you're
I'm doing
twice a
less
week.
of the same thing. So like say if I do pull-ups,
Yeah.
I don't do lat pull-downs. As you know, it's the same thing. Right?
It's the same movement.
But I still do pull-ups because it's important. It's like if I do you know the seated row cable versus the one in front of the Smith machine, the pullback.
Yep.
So it's the same thing. Where I'm still doing the same thing but twice.
Right.
So I just cut that out. You know, I filter it a little bit more.
Yep.
I just stick to the main ones, the
Yeah.
old school, can't go wrong, pull, you know, that kind of standard shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing now. Feels good. I don't need 2 legs day. I do my butt stuff on arms day, which is pull day number 2 now. You know, it gets complicated lah.
Yep.
Yeah, but you just find what works for you, lor.
Correct. Yeah.
And the thing that works for you is this
This is-
6-7 day split.
I mean, it's a 4-day cycle,
For you, right?
right? So instead of like
Chest, back, shoulders, arms.
shoulders, arms,
Shoulders,
one-
arms, legs.
legs. Yeah. So this is on repeat
Forever and ever.
until say I need a break, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I take a day off. I fall sick. I don't know. I need to go out. I'm busy. Yeah. I just take the day off and then resume, right? I don't wait until like, okay, I need to restart the whole cycle. I just like,
You
okay,
just continue on.
just continue. Resume with like back day, right?
So if you do chest back, okay, let's say this has been going on for like a month already.
Yeah.
You want to take your off day, so you're on chest day. The next day is back day. You take a rest,
Yeah.
and then the following day you take back again, right?
Yeah.
You don't do chest again, right? You
Yeah,
don't go back to
do
day
chest
one,
again.
right?
Yeah.
So it
that-
makes sense, eh?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about how much rest you
You
get
rest 3 days or 4 days off.
for each muscle group, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
even if you extend it by one, all muscle groups rest by one extra day, which is beneficial instead of like you cut short one first and then like you have like a week for the next, right?
That's interesting. And you're there every day.
I mean, yeah, I'm bored.
That's true. The people who are at the gym every day have no life, right?
mean,
I
yeah
have no
lah.
life also. I'm just there all the time. I'm
And
there for like
yeah.
2-3 hours. If I do cardio, I'm there for like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Do you do cardio?
no, I hate it.
I hate it also.
I control my diet. I mean, like we talk about like cardiovascular capacity. I guess I have the genetics for it because my dad runs a lot. Like he does Ironman marathons and
Damn.
stuff.
He still runs.
Yeah, and
Is your family relative like fit?
like historically, yes, my mom was
Genetics.
a cross country runner, and my dad
that how
has
they
been
met?
to Everest Base Camp at 40.
Ooh.
So yeah, we got
Nice,
the endurance
exciting.
genes. My sister doesn't even exercise at all, right?
6-pack.
10-click run, fine.
Wow, I can't.
Yeah.
I think like 3-click is like 20 minutes or half an hour, dude. You know, yeah.
It's like the recent IPPT. Obviously, IPPT I obviously don't train right every year, right? So I think when I was at 80, when I was bulking, right, I ran at 10-minute 40.
I think my best is like 12 pass.
I think it's a
Well,
genetics thing,
it's-
right? I feel
I don't come from a line of athletes, that's for sure. A lot of my uncle and whoever all got like fucking cancer, or they smoke a lot and
Right.
shit like that. Okay, yeah, but I'm hoping to break that shit, like you know,
Yeah.
create the new set of genetics.
I mean you should, right?
Tell me more about your diet.
My diet.
The first when I asked you about this question, you told me that and this is during fasting month.
Yeah.
You ate during the breakfast 7
Yeah.
a.m. or what 5 a.m. right?
5 a.m. Yeah, 5 a.m. before it starts.
Okay.
Is 5 to 6 eggs scrambled, obviously with butter, so it's more palatable.
obviously.
Yeah.
Without a question.
Yeah. So that's my meal. That's it
For breakfast.
for breakfast, and I have like maybe half a liter of water, a cup of coffee, and then maybe some pre, and then shower, hit the gym.
Okay. Gym, okay, you fast, blah blah, and then at nighttime,
Where I'll start prepping my food, which is about 400 grams of beef. Okay, 400 grams of beef, and I'm sauteing mushrooms as well.
100 grams? One whole one
Yeah,
box,
one whole tray. One whole
yeah,
tray.
it's a lot, yeah.
One whole tray of mushrooms.
Yeah.
I mean, it shrinks anyway,
Yeah,
right? But like again, you can't be eating beef non-stop, right?
Yeah.
Without like something to kind of cleanse your palate a bit, right?
It's just ground.
Yeah, so you need to cleanse your palate a bit,
Yeah.
and then that's fine. So sometimes, obviously, family has some stuff like I don't know, like some snacks
Some
or some
random, yeah.
I mean, just so you don't like piss off like your parents.
Yeah,
Just, like, I'm gonna have a bit, just like I bought this
yeah.
and you don't eat them, so yeah, and then mostly washing it down with water. I do that maybe, because girlfriend duty at the end weekend, right, when you're free finally, because there's obviously like gym, work, and then breakfast, and then prayers and stuff. Your day ends at like 10 and you have no time. You've been busy the entire period. So going out with girlfriend during the weekend, you also want to eat what she can eat, right? You don't want to be super strict, so that's like kind of a cheat day. So Monday to Friday is kind of relatively keto,
Yeah.
and then maybe Friday night if kind of free, and then can go out like break fast with my girlfriend, and or maybe Saturday, Sunday. Then those days I'll eat higher carbs, which so far works because this is kind of like the diet approach. It's called carb cycling. So previously, when my girlfriend was in Malaysia last year, obviously I don't have any obligation over the weekend, right? So it's just 2 keto days, 1 medium carb, 1 high carb. And it's good because you get to fulfill your cravings as soon as you get them.
What do you mean?
So like say you've done 2 keto days, like no carbs, right? And then you're like shit on the third day, like fuck, I want to drink bubble tea. It will hit you for sure. Some carb craving. I just want to eat noodles, or like I want to eat some donuts and stuff like that. Like it's clearly high sugar, high carb. You've been without sugar for a while, so day 3 is medium carb. You're like, okay, I'm gonna eat normal. I'm gonna save this for tomorrow. On the 4th day,
Define medium carb. It's just like 1 plate of rice, 1 noodles,
I mean, you would generally be eating medium carb on a normal day.
right?
Like if you're not dieting, you would be eating something.
Okay,
that
then what
is
is high carb?
high carb?
Like
Is
10 loaves of bread, that kind of shit.
high carb is low fat.
High carb is low fat.
So you wanna push your carbs up. We're talking like cereal, rice, noodles. We're talking about sweeter drinks. We can have dessert.
Pizza.
Pizza is a bit high fat. So
that's true.
yeah.
So what is low fat? So on your high carb days, what are some of your meals?
Oh, I have like my breakfast starts with oatmeal,
Right.
right? Protein powder, good shit. Don't know why many people don't do that, right? So high protein, high carb. And then lunch can be like rice with something, right?
With a protein.
Yeah, with the protein. And then you can always try to hit your protein count. Again, that's the reason why I throw in my protein powder. You only have so much you can eat, right? To try and hit your protein count. Then you have your rice, your noodles, and then you're like, shit, what you really wanted to have these past few days is something probably like sweet drinks. You're gonna have like a bottle of Coke, some bubble tea, some cheesecake, I don't know, ice cream. Go ahead, right? Because what's likely is that you've staved off for like 2 days maybe after having that craving. You're pretty much gonna be done with 1 medium bubble tea. You're not even gonna finish it.
That's true. That's
Half
a
a cheesecake.
psychological thing as well.
Yes.
Because you allow yourself you delay that gratification, and when it's time to actually do it, you kind of don't really want to, and you won't overindulge.
You don't overindulge.
Because the moment you want that bubble tea, you're gonna order like the extra large, add the 10 bubbles or whatever.
Yeah.
But then if you wait it out, the next day you kind of don't have it, but you still get to have it, so you just drink a small cup.
So you give yourself like a day to think about it, to kind of plan it, right? And it's not long enough for you to go all out.
It's like not going shopping when you're hungry, lah, right?
Yeah. So if you were to do like a standard keto diet, right, they would have a refeed day on the 7th day. So it's 6 days of keto, 7 days of refeed, and the refeed
Carbs.
is high carbs, right? That's the general approach of a keto diet. So that 7th day, a lot of people just go all out. We're talking like 2-3 bubble teas, and usually the people who are on this diet, they are people who really want to lose a lot of weight.
Right.
So it's against crash dieting, right? And they're at that weight for a reason, right? Because they don't really have that discipline or control. So put them in a situation where you stave them off even longer than they normally can handle, and they go all out, then that throws their diet out of whack. Or maybe they can last maybe for like a month, and then they're back to their normal weight again. Right? It's crash diet.
So it's not effective.
No, because they lose it, they get it back.
Yeah, because you're not. It's not balanced,
Yeah,
right?
it's not sustainable.
You
right?
starve yourself, but then you eat like a dog on the last day. It's the same as eating small meals and every day.
Eating like normal every day, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So again, this kind of diet style where you go 2 days keto and stuff, you can maybe figure it out. You can start off slow, right? You can just maybe do 3 medium carbs, right? And then 1 keto day to start off with. And then you add 1 more keto day. But because you add that 1 keto day, you can have that high carb day. So we're talking about like long-term caloric deficit. We're not doing it by day. We're not talking like, oh, I only have to hit 2005 today, and then that's it. Like we're talking about weekly, monthly, like overall long run, right? If you average everything out, and also this kind of like, there's something called, this is bro science, right?
Bro science, of
Bro
course.
science. It's like metabolic banding. It's like how I would describe it. Your metabolism will increase to compensate for the high amount of calories you're taking in, which is why going to a buffet, you're not gonna destroy your diet, right? Once a month, you're not gonna suddenly get fat because you took like 4K calories that day.
Because it's working. It's not like getting used to the amount of food that you eat, where then your metabolism adjusts to that amount.
Correct. Which is why I don't really like the idea of sticking to a calorie range, like 2005 every single day. That doesn't give you variability.
That is interesting.
Right? It sets. So your body is like, okay, anything more than that, you're setting itself up for failure, right?
Interesting. Now that you mentioned this, there are days that I remember, I need to hit my goals or whatever, so I just stuff myself. I'm so full. I'm so full. Right? I don't want to eat anymore, but I still eat. I force feed myself.
Yeah.
And then that was when I was seriously bulking.
Yeah.
Then when I started to like cut, like quote unquote cut, right?
Yeah.
I went to do cardio and all that kind of shit. And then I felt like my weight increased. I was like, hey, why is it increasing? Even though I'm eating less and running more. Then when I started to adjust myself back to just eating normally, eat when I'm hungry, and try and hit as much as I can. But then if I'm not hungry, I'm not going to force myself because I don't want to torture myself anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
And then I start to feel myself getting lighter. Physically wise, I feel more energetic. I feel more awake.
Yep.
I'm not like carb crashing off. I'm not sluggish. I'm not so full anymore. So I do feel that the metabolism does sort of adjust.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro science approved.
Bro science proof.
Yeah,
Intuitive eating.
Intuitive, yeah. Eat when you're hungry, don't when you're not lah.
Try to hit a decent amount of protein.
And
I mean,
like
you'll probably feel it, right? If you
Yeah.
don't have enough, you'll probably be sore a lot longer. You take more time
So
to
you still
recover.
need it.
Yeah.
It's just that, maybe on some days you don't, and some days you do. So you still have it in your system.
Yeah.
But you're not like cutting carbs out entirely. That's ridiculous. But at least you still have energy on certain days, and your body adjusts according to that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the same concept as to those who are diabetic, right? Yeah, so those who are diabetic, they've been consuming so much sugar that their like insulin levels go out of whack.
Yeah.
Right? For a long period of time. It's not able to regulate. Yeah, so why would you put yourself in a situation where your body doesn't have to put in effort to regulate? Right? So you want some banding in there, which is why like refeeds are important, because like your insulin levels will probably have to adjust according to your glucose consumption, your carbohydrate consumption, right? If it's been low all this while, how is it gonna react once it gets hit with like a bunch of sugar, right, at the end of like 2 weeks, right?
What are some of the, from your experience, what are some of the worst foods to eat, and what are some of the best foods to eat? Foods.
Foods.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say there's any worst or best food, but there is a hierarchy for protein bioavailability, right? This is legit science. This is no longer bro science. Okay. So
I'll sit properly. Should I sit properly? Should I wear my tie now?
Right, pull on the safety glasses. We're going science, bitch. But yeah, so not all proteins are created equal, right? So there's like your meat, fish, and chicken. Obviously, red meat being the best, because we're talking about like protein breaks down to amino acids, which are the building blocks of what you need for repair. Yep. So there's bunch, I think there's 20 something amino acids, right? That are out there that's available. So you want that variability and that availability at the same time.
Right.
So meat has the best, and it's fish and chicken, which are kind of on par. Fish has more like one of those like omega oils, right? So they are pretty good, but at the same time they're also higher in like heavier metals because of
mercury, whatever.
Yeah, of their diet and stuff like that. And then goes egg. Egg obviously has good vitamins and stuff with the yolk. So so try to get it like with the yolk as well, not just egg whites. And then goes into dairy. So that's the realm of protein powder, and that's why protein powder should never replace proper foods, proper meats. It's a supplement because it's from dairy. So dairy is not as good as meats, right? And then the last one is plant-based. So we're talking about soy,
tofu,
so all that stuff, that's shit protein. It is protein, but it's not good protein, right? It's not what you need. So it's lacking in quite a bit of amino acids. So as a bodybuilder, or say for example, if you want to build your body, right, and recover, you wouldn't rely on that protein. And this is why I feel like vegan bodybuilders are a sham.
Here we go.
Yeah. So there's a lack. So this is the science bit. So like there's a lack of like leucine and isoleucine and valine, so which you can supplement from BCAAs, but where are they coming from? Yeah, they're synthesized but derived from where? So it may not even be vegan at the end of the day.
That's true. That's true. Nothing is purely 100% vegan. Something has to die for you to get that nutrient.
You need to derive it from somewhere, right?
It's inevitable.
Or from dairy, right? But if you're consuming dairy, you can't say you're vegan.
You still need to capture the cow and like milk it and torture it every day. So it's still like, you know, you're not eating its meat. It's still alive. Like
exactly.
The vegetables that you have fertilizers that kill thousands and thousands of insects. So where's the line? And what do you cross? Yeah, what do you draw it?
Yeah. Exactly, right?
The moment that we are born on this earth already, we are going to carbon footprint already. So how, you want to save the world, kill yourself? I'm going to jump down now. But that's an extreme way of talking, of course, right?
Of course, yeah.
I get it that some people want to try their best to not kill or whatever.
Maybe
that's
mitigate
fine.
it a bit, right?
Fine, I'm all for it.
Whatever within their means.
Yeah,
right?
sure. Live that life if you want to.
Yeah.
But again, not as sustainable as if you ate like a steak, or if you ate something that really has all the things that you need.
And again, we're not herbivorous creatures, right? At the end of the day,
we are, what's the word?
Omnivorous. Yeah. So it's like it's the same concept as like, you actually don't need carbs. Like specifically, you don't really need carbs. Like keto can work for humans, right? What you need is fat. Where is fat coming from, right? So, and where is carbs coming from? Carbs mostly come. Do you think you get carbs from like a steak? I don't really think so, right? So it comes from vegetation. So you don't really need it. It's actually the opposite. You can live without vegetables.
But with every diet, there is people that agree with it, and then there's people that don't agree with it.
Yeah, there's pros and cons.
There is no one diet that ever works.
Yeah.
The keto has benefits for weight loss, I'm sure, but it also fucks with you because you're not eating any carbs and you feel like shit.
Exactly.
You're tired. The carnivore diet, sure, but like, where are you gonna get your fiber? How are you gonna shit, you know?
Yeah.
The caveman diet, how are you gonna sustain that when everything is processed?
Exactly.
Just eat within your means, within your moderation.
Yeah.
You want an ice cream, get an ice cream. You want pizza, get a pizza.
It's not gonna kill you.
Put out more than you put in, and that's how you lose weight. It's easy. It's like, that is also legit science right there.
Yeah. Calories in, calories out,
Yeah,
right?
just manage that lah.
Yeah.
And then sure, if you want to go the high road and try and save the animals and all that, then sure, but we live in the real world lah. This is
yeah.
how it is, and like there's gonna be McDonald's and there's gonna be KFC.
Yep.
I don't know how you're gonna survive if you want to be so angry about all that now.
Capitalism, right?
Yeah. But people want to be outraged,
Yeah. Just want to be angry for the sake of being angry.
But I do have a lot of vegan friends and people that want to try and be healthy and save the world. I mean, being part of the yoga world, so there's gonna be people like that, and I some of them are nice people.
Yep.
Even though I may not agree with them, I don't really want to fight about it, and some of them also don't really want to fight with me about it. It's just a choice that they make. They don't have to tell people about it, but then some of them do. Then I gotta,
it's really a you do you kind of
Yeah,
situation.
you do you,
right?
right? Just you do you. But there's this joke about how how can you tell if someone is a vegan? Have you heard this joke?
Oh yeah. Don't worry, he'll tell you about it.
To know if someone, how do you know if someone is a vegan? Is they will tell you about it. Like
Exactly.
it's the first thing they fucking tell you. Like, do you go out to eat? Oh, sorry, I'm vegan. Or it's on their IG. He, she, they, them, fucking pronouns, and then vegan right there.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's everybody knows that you're vegan. So yeah, it's become a fad. It's become something cool to be.
Cool to be what you want to identify as.
It's become political. You think about it, it's ridiculous.
It is.
But again, as a disclaimer, if you want to eat what you want to eat, just eat it.
Just
right?
eat.
Just eat. Just fucking eat it. Don't have to be so
If
high
you
and
think
mighty
there's
about
like
it.
some health concern, then do something about your health. There's no one diet that's gonna work. Like
Yeah.
if you got high sugar, cut out sugar. I'm not asking you to be a
Your
vegan.
low blood pressure, eat more sugar. Fucking plus and minus, simple.
Yeah, exactly. Right, you're mineral deficient. Yeah, that comes to blood work, right? We were talking about it, right? Yeah. So get some blood work done. You can find what you're deficient in, provided that you have a doctor to be able to interpret those results. Right.
What are some of the supplements that you're taking?
Right now, nothing really. Right. So like protein shakes, maybe every so often if I'm not
Every so often, you don't do it every day.
No.
What?
I eat mostly chicken, beef, fish, eggs every
So
day.
just straight,
straight
good old fashioned food.
Just food.
So you only supplement with protein powder.
Correct.
Interesting. Okay, because if you eat enough, you hit it already. What? There's no
Yeah, it's
need for
fine.
more.
And people think like you need to hit like a specifically high amount. I mean, that's the general guideline, right? Like it's not gonna work for everybody. For all you know, like protein powder is obviously dairy, right? You're gonna have like
You
some
got protein
gut
farts.
issues.
Yeah, I hate. Yeah, at the
Right.
start I got a lot of farts, man.
It dehydrates me like mad, man. So like if I have it like, obviously you only have it when you're about to go to sleep, right? Before you go to sleep, it's that I haven't hit my protein count for the day. I'm gonna down this. Right? I do that. I wake up. I get bloodshot eyes. Like it's dehydrating. It's quite bad.
Okay.
Right?
What about like vitamins, that kind of thing? Nothing.
Nothing. I think just fruits, veggies is good enough.
Oh. I mean, that is true. What if you have your vitamin C from your orange, you have your fucking whatever vitamin from your apple, and you got your broccoli and your fucking whatever, right?
Yeah.
You don't really need to supplement. The supplement is just if you are lacking of it.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you have a full-on meal, that's fine.
Diversified, varied diet, it's fine. It's fine. And you would think like, oh shit, I need to get like 1,000 like mg of like vitamin C every day. It's like that's what like the documents say that you should have. It's like a recommended daily allowance, right? Like that's how much you should be taking, but you don't necessarily have to. Some people function better with less. Vitamin C
each his
can
own,
have stomach issues because of the high levels of vitamin C. You can get vitamin C poisoning. I mean,
You can get poisoning from too
Anything.
much of anything. Yeah, anything in everything in moderation.
Exactly. So it's to each their own, right? How their body responds, and unless you really like look at it under the microscope, blood, take all the measurements, you won't know how well it affects you and how you respond to all this, right? Yeah.
Okay. Food, diet, supplements, creatine, of course.
Creatine, I mean, some people think it works really well.
Yeah.
Some people think, oh,
Just put it somewhere where it doesn't vibrate.
I'll just put it on my crotch.
Put it on the table or something.
Right. So creatine, I think, depends.
What do you mean depends? Isn't that the most researched fucking supplement out there?
Yeah, but it's for that one extra rep out of 12.
Isn't it supposed to help you retain water and grow your muscles and all that kind of
Water
shit?
retention is more like a side effect, right? This is where the science comes in.
The legit one?
Yeah, the legit one. All right.
Tell me more.
Okay, so creatine generally is an increment in creatine phosphates in your bloodstream, right? So you need to, or where it sits in your muscles. So you kind of want to, like, not just supplement it, you want to saturate it. As creatine is present in red meat, not enough for it to have like the most benefit to your body, right? Do you need it? Not really. Is it good to have? Yes, it's good to have. So what it does is the recombination of ATP, the primary source of energy in your system, right? So instead of going through like anaerobic respiration, through Krebs cycle and stuff like that, to reproduce more ATP, which is your main energy source of moving or weightlifting, or
ATP stands for?
adenosine triphosphate,
Okay.
breaks down to ADP, adenosine diphosphate. That split from ATP to ADP produces energy, and that energy is what you use to whatever function that you want to do, right? So that they would say that the limiting factor is energy levels in a muscle, right? Not just strength. Like for you to be outputting the best, you must have the most amount of energy before you go into lactic acid production, right? That's how you tire out, right? Lactic acid's anaerobic respiration, so you need oxygen for all that. So for you to get from ADP back to ATP, you need to go through a huge process, right? The recombination. Creatine being there makes ADP go to ATP almost instantly. So now you have more ATP again, right? So that's the logic behind it, right? Over performance, you want to maximize your energy levels, your capacity to move weight. So we're talking about like, it's marginal, but that marginal amount can make a vast amount of difference. But who's going to be ending up using that margin, that last 2%, that last 5%? Like, are you really going to get that extra 13th rep out of your 12th, right? How many people push to that 13th rep? More likely than not, you're just going to stop at 10, right? If you fail at 12, right? Because you want to do a bit more. And then you go back again. So at the end of the day, I feel like overall volume still triumphs over this, unless you're obviously a performance athlete where you're talking about like, I'm gonna 1 rep max this.
The little inch helps.
Yeah,
the little
every little
boost.
bit helps. That's why they fret over equipment, right?
Can you elaborate more about your volume thing that you mentioned?
Right. So especially when cutting, right? So what people don't realize is that when you're cutting, you have low energy levels. What you can 10 rep, you're now 6 repping.
Because you're putting in less.
Yes.
So you have less fuel, essentially.
Yeah, you have less fuel. So same concept, right?
Right.
So at the end of the day, most people just do their normal 4 sets. Like, okay, shit, I do 4 sets. I do 6 reps. Well, I used to do 10. And then they stop there. But then your overall volume has decreased. And they're like, shit, I need to cut down even more calories now so that I can be at a deficit. But not knowing that during their workout, they're actually cutting volume. So by cutting volume, we're cutting out output. So therefore, you have to cut input to continue losing weight.
Let me think about this. So when you are cutting, you have less energy, so you have less output. So then you need to cut less input and maintain your output,
Yes.
right? So then if you used to do 12 reps,
Yep.
and now that you are on cutting and you're weaker, you can only do 10. That means you need to reduce the weight and still do 12. Is that what you're saying? To maintain the volume.
or you could do one extra set.
Ah.
What's stopping you from doing one extra set?
Wouldn't that cost more energy?
Yeah, you'll be doing. I mean, that's the point, right? To have more energy output,
True.
right?
So-
Don't cut your output, because if you cut your output, then
You're losing gains,
yeah, you're losing gains, number one. And when you're cutting your output, your input output flow, your deficit is gonna be less
Right.
each time. So,
So-
you're gonna have to cut even more on your food to maintain that weight loss progression.
Oh, this is a science, This is. I mean, it's simple enough, but it's also like so complex,
Yeah, so it's like 4 sets of 12, say burns 200 cals, right? Then 4 sets of 6, because now you're tired, is gonna burn half,
Right.
right? 100 cals. So now your difference is 100 cals, but now when you're taking in, like say 200 cals, it kind of offsets, right? 200. It used to, but because now you're tired, you're now consuming 200, and now you're outputting 100. The difference is now negative.
100, yeah.
100. So
So
you're
then
not.
if you add one more set, it might be more. It might be 150,
Yeah, exactly.
but
right.
but it's still in your favor, lah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to cut as much food intake. And I feel that's why a lot of people kind of like progressively have to continue cutting more and more calories to a point where it's ridiculous. So it's like 1,002, and they're like, I can't sustain this, I'm mad hungry.
Yeah.
Like, that's because your output is shit. You don't realize it, but you've been cutting your output. Therefore, you have to cut your input.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Even cut the plan for cutting also, you have to change everything.
Yeah.
Change your sort of like adjust your
Workouts.
routine.
Yep.
Adjust your diet. Are you cutting or bulking now?
I mean, I was cutting during Ramadan, so I went to like a kind of maintenance phase where obviously there'll be like foods that I haven't eat before post Hari Raya. I just whack, right?
Yeah.
Then about a week plus in, so after that I'm probably gonna cut a bit more. So my weight has gone from 78 prior to about 72 at the end of Ramadan.
So now you're 72.
No, not now.
Oh.
So end of Ramadan, about 72 point something, just below 73. And after Hari Raya and that week, right, I'm sitting at 74. So I'm talking about only a 1 kilo gain,
Okay.
right? So this is maintenance now. Like, this is comfortable.
So now you're 75.
74.
Damn.
So I'm relatively lean, but I also want to be leaner. But now I have like water intake and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like although people say like calories in, calories out, and the timing, food timing, different types of food timing doesn't matter. It does matter.
If you're eating like at 12 midnight lah, before
yeah, I mean,
bed.
yeah, like you can't be eating at like 10 a.m. and then working out at midnight, right? And like all your energy is all expended, right? So fluid intake, diet timing, like specifically carbs, I guess.
What time should you eat breakfast before you work out? Oh, okay. What I'm saying. What time should you eat before you work out?
At least 2 to 3 hours before.
Say if you're working out in the morning,
Yeah, fine without eating. Or maybe you want quick carbs,
yeah.
like sugar. Sugar's fine.
So just
Just have something sweet, something easily digestible.
I don't like to eat before I work out
Yeah, I hate it.
because you feel full lah, right?
Yeah.
But then I remember hitting a point where like I didn't have energy, so I went to get pre-workout.
Yep.
Gave me energy, but it didn't give me. I categorize this as carbs gives me fuel,
Yep.
but the pre-workout gives me the push.
Yep.
So even though if I have the push, I got no fuel to push.
Right.
So after I bang one out, I'm sitting there for like 5 minutes because I got no energy to go for the
Right.
next set.
Okay.
So then I started to make a protein shake before I go,
Right.
like a banana, a bit of oats, which is the carbs. Banana, I guess, is the carbs and the whatever. And then I feel full because I drink it and I go already. So I'm thinking like, try drink it. an hour before, or maybe I drink less, or
Yeah, but if it's in the morning, you have to wake up earlier, right?
yeah, that's why.
So I think training fasted is fine. Maybe it's something that you want to get used to, or have some quick carbs.
What are some
Just
quick
sugar.
carbs like? What?
Just
candy, yeah.
Yeah, it's candy is fine. I mean, how much is gonna affect you?
Yeah, like,
like,
it's true. Like, if I eat one fucking like bite of a Snickers or something,
right.
at least it gets me out, like gets me going.
Yeah, or maybe sometimes you just want something in your stomach.
True.
It doesn't have to be.
I guess
heavy.
fruits lah. Fruits are easy
Yeah.
enough.
So
Okay.
bananas, I guess you can have some fruit at the start.
Okay.
Yep. Maybe some. Yeah, you can put sugar in your pre-workout. I mean, to me,
Pre-workout's
pre-workout.
pretty sweet, yeah.
I mean, yeah,
What
good.
pre-workout use?
Shatter, I think it's Muscle Tech. I usually go for Taste because she can make your own pre-workout. So you don't need pre-workout. Pre-workout is more to make your workouts feel good.
Okay.
That's about it.
I mean, yes, it feels good, but it also it gives me a little bit of a boost.
Yeah, that's caffeine.
Yeah.
That's it.
But you see, there's a difference between like caffeine, vroom vroom. There's a difference between caffeine, like drinking black coffee, and pre-workout. So caffeine gives me focus.
Yep.
So I can like read, I can write, I can like focus on something. I'm in the zone. But then something in pre-workout, I don't know whether it is the caffeine or not, is the feeling of like I can push. So I
Right.
physically feel like I'm raging. Like,
Right.
"Argh."
Okay. So
And some pre-workouts give me that, some don't. That's the thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So you need to see its contents, right? At the end of the day, they throw in a bunch of shit. Some have creatine, but I think
You don't need creatine, but they all have creatine lah
Yeah.
inside, yeah.
it's just to kind
It's just
of
a thing, like,
No,
hey,
it's
we
just-
got this.
cheap shit
Yeah,
for them
yeah.
to bump up the weight. That's about it, so that they can hike the prices
Yeah.
right by week. But yeah, so pre-workouts, yeah, a lot. Been through a lot. Tried this, tried that.
Yeah. What's your best?
That you can kind of like, right? Don't crash too much. I realized that what I go for in pre-workouts for the pump, right? Things that make your muscle kind of feel full, feel strong. The other aspect is like alertness, which is the caffeine part, and beta-alanine. So I'd say that itchy feeling that you feel,
I have yet to feel that, but I've heard people feel that itchy ear feeling.
itchy ear, ants crawling on your face,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
beta-alanine. Yep. So these are the main ones that you want in your pre-workout.
Okay.
And some people, some formulas, they just mess with the ratio, or they just say like, oh, this, I don't know what blend, like neuro blend or something like that, and they put
Whatever
their
lah,
amount.
just their trademark brand lah.
Yeah, and they don't list out
Exactly. Yeah.
the amounts, right?
So I have to just look at reviews or see what people say.
So you don't know what's in it, like specifically, like so how much beta-alanine is in
Yeah.
this, how much creatine is in this. You just tell me it's a blend, and the total weight is like 20 grams. And you're
What's
like,
that supposed to
okay,
mean?
yeah. So is this all creatine?
That's true.
Yeah.
I've tried like maybe I've tried 2 pre-workouts. The GNC one, which is alright, and this one is the Jinx one that I have.
Oh, the curse.
The curse, curse one.
The curse is okay.
And then though sometimes they give you little packets,
Oh yeah.
and I don't know what, I forgot what brand it was. There was once I tried one. I had the best legs day of my life. Had the best like workout ever. But I don't know what brand that is. But I know that it does give you a little bit of a perk, like a little bit of a push. Yeah.
Okay. Could be vasodilators. So like some that has citrulline, some that has arginine, or like I think BSN has something called NOx, so it's to boost the nitric oxide
I've seen it,
production,
yeah.
right? So that's what these are for. So these are vasodilators. Could also be the reason why you feel better. They dilate your blood vessels,
More oxygen.
more oxygen, more blood. Right? To perform better.
So you were saying that you can make your own pre-workout.
Yep. If you provided you kind of know what the ingredients are.
And it's like science, right? You need to mix certain powders together.
Yeah. So the thing that you need to be wary of is serving size, because an idiot in the UK
Killed himself.
killed himself with caffeine. Right?
So you go what? Buy caffeine pills.
He bought caffeine powder and he tried to weigh it himself. But caffeine is the form of milligrams, and he used like a kitchen scale. So dude took like, I don't know, 50 grams of caffeine instead of 500
Had a
milligrams.
fucking heart attack lah.
Yeah, and he died so like maybe that's why you have to be wary if you want to mix.
Okay.
So you can have like tiny little bottles that have like their own serving size, so it's easier to calculate. So for my pre-workout, I use like one plain vanilla like Muscle Tech Shatter kind of pre-workout. Tastes good, has your base caffeine, has your normal, basically normal. It's a normal pre-workout, right? People keep looking for like the best pre-workout. You can always bump up your pre-workout based on what you want.
Where do you get it from? Shopee or is it?
iHerb. It's pretty cheap.
Okay, I'll try it next time.
Yeah. So on top of that, I'm adding citrulline malate.
Is it?
So not specifically just L-citrulline. So citrulline malate, it comes with, it's a 2-to-1 ratio of L-citrulline and malic acid. So apparently this is pretty good. This is where you get your nitric oxide boost from.
So you take that as a pre-workout, so
I add it to my pre-workout.
and it's a pill or it's a powder?
It's powder. It mixes pretty well, and I add glycerol. Glycerol usually when I'm cutting.
What's that?
So, again, performance.
Damn.
When you're cutting, you cut carbs, right? Why do you think you can't perform anymore? Not just carbs, right? It's also water, right? Your muscles can't hold enough water for it to perform as it does, because it doesn't hold that much water. Again, it doesn't hold enough salt,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So we're talking like you need X amount of water, X amount of salt to maintain performance that you used to when you're taking this amount of carbs. Once you take away carbs, your water, your salt, they all drop. So how do I maintain water and salts without the carbs?
How do you maintain water and salt without the carbs? All these powders.
Yeah, so you take glycerol. So glycerol kind of like feeds into your muscle for better water retention. So now you have increased water. You take in your salt, and now you perform.
What about what do you call that? Isotonic?
Isotonic drinks are more of.
Because I bought the powder, so because I feel I wasn't retaining my water.
Yep.
I was peeing a lot. I drink a lot, I pee a lot. And it's
Yeah.
all like in and out. I wasn't retaining anything.
Yeah.
So I bought like isotonics to help to hydrate myself.
Yep.
Is that similar?
In a way. But obviously after taking in glycerol, you're not gonna hold on to that water for too long. It'll probably
Because
flush it
sweat
out of the
and
system. Yeah.
Which
Probably
one? One of these. Shatter, that's one.
Shatter. Yeah. Try
That's
it.
okay. It's quite reasonable.
Yep.
40-ish. It's about the same-ish. Oh, I'll try it next time.
Yeah, you can try the different flavors.
Taste is okay.
Tastes pretty good.
So far, I like the curse one. The curse pineapple.
Pineapple, yeah.
Oh, I
pineapple,
love pineapple. Tastes very nice.
No, don't get the grape. I got the grape.
The
That's-
blue color one.
No, it's purple. So it's grape, and this is like weird aftertaste.
There's always a weird aftertaste. Like I for some reason I feel like all the blue color flavors always have this bitter, weird chemically taste. Yeah.
And they're standard, like any pre-workout fruit punch just tastes like cough syrup, right?
Yes. But it's always sold. All the good flavors are sold out. That's why
Yeah,
you
it's
end up with the
always
blueberry and fruit punch.
Yeah. I used to take a pre-workout that's now off the shelf. Like it's Muscle Farm Wreckage, right? Then suddenly it stopped production, and then I don't know.
So someone died on it.
Probably, yeah. That's why it was a good pre-workout.
True.
Like shit was too good, man.
What are your thoughts about steroids?
Steroids, most people get on it just because they're frustrated at their progress, or they just want to win. Right? It's not even getting bigger or getting better, but like what defines better and bigger, right? Is a competition, and then you win said competition, and then what's next? The scene in Singapore is pretty crap. So what if you win this competition? There's another competition, and then another one and another one. How long are you gonna abuse your body, right? And also because it's so taboo to a point where there's not enough education on it, right? So most people just take whatever other bros say, and then they crash their endocrine system and they can't produce their own tests.
They lose their hair. They fucking get shrink their balls and
Yeah,
stuff like
pretty
that.
much. So I've spoken to a few people who obviously regret taking it and they can't be off it anymore.
They can't be off it, so
Yeah.
they have to keep taking it.
They have to
'Cause
keep
as in,
taking
this is steroids or testosterone?
testosterone. Yeah, or steroids have just like screwed over their liver or kidneys, right? That they now have to take for more
So they have to take-
supplements.
Testosterone supplements, which is like over the counter or like injections,
Injections, they're prescribed.
prescripted but not illegal lah.
They're legal.
Legal lah,
yeah,
because it's
they're
like a medical thing already.
Yeah, it's officially like you've
Yeesh.
screwed yourself up. You now need this.
Okay.
Yeah. So some of them, I guess, probably decide to sell whatever they've been prescribed. I'm guessing, right? That's how this goes around.
But isn't it healthy or not healthy? Safe to just take TRT?
TRT has to be dependent on how your body responds and how much. So most people go into like bodybuilding and want to win, right? Yeah, they take like bro's advice, just inject 500 mg of T, right? And then you're good. That's your base, and then they start throwing like tren, D-ball, deca, whatever that is, right? That's the usual old school drugs that they'll be taking, right? And then usually it's a TRT that destroys them because they're taking too much. So they wouldn't know how they would respond. And some people may not be, just don't need a lot. Some people need a lot, but in doing so might crash their whole like own production.
That's true, because you're introducing something that is already not within the body,
Yeah,
and
it's
then the body is
exogenous,
reacting
right?
to it.
Correct. Yeah. So their approach is usually to follow advice, but what works for other people may not work for you.
True.
For all you know, again, there is a whole genetic aspect on
Yes.
how your body responds to these drugs. It might not work for you at all. There's a surprisingly large amount of people who are taking and still look like shit because they don't respond at all, or even worse, they just respond and their response is side effects, just 100% side effects, none of the good stuff. Then it's something that they cannot get off, or once they get off, they've kind of crashed something else and need to start taking other stuff, like you know, the issue with acne, right? So some people get acne and then it goes out of control when they're off as well. So the only solution is take Accutane. So Accutane is like next level, like it's basically like pesticide for acne and destroys your kidneys, right? So it's such a high like detrimental kind of hormone injection that yeah, fixes your acne, but now your kidneys are fucked. So you have to supplement for that as well, right? So it's that's where Singapore's at, I guess. You don't really have a drug guru.
Because it's still under the table, I would say.
Yeah.
But I guess in this world, in this bodybuilding world, it's sort of what you have to, the next level lah, if you wanna go for it.
So the scene has to grow
Yeah.
for it to
Be a bit more established.
Yep.
Otherwise, you're just shooting up in the toilet of some guy that is
Yeah.
like again giving you bro signs.
and then where you're gonna get your syringes from, right? And then what's the likelihood of infection? So I've heard stories of those like full on having to go to the hospital, probably a dirty needle injected, got
Anyhow lah,
infection.
just fucking anyhow lah.
Yeah. So again, then there are those who are like, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna inject. I'm gonna take orals, right? And then those may not be tests, but it might be like your, I don't know, Deca D-ball, yeah, stuff like that. Pills, right, orally. But then that goes through your gut, right? Goes through your liver, goes through your kidneys, and that's quite bad as well.
Okay.
How long do you cycle on, cycle off? How long do you take it for? All this information is just, you have no idea who you're gonna ask if there's no legit doctor to tell you anything. But the doctor's probably gonna say, yeah, you can't. It's not allowed.
Are you aware of any natural ways of boosting testosterone or any kind of like natural?
I mean, there's testosterone. People say zinc. So it's one of the kind of like building blocks for like how you produce testosterone.
I'm aware of that. Yeah.
So this is why people are like, oh yeah, just have some oysters. They're high in zinc. That's why your libido will increase. Your libido will increase for you taking oysters, stuff like that. Yeah. Sleep, stress levels. Those are important on where your test levels are at. And then there's herbs, right? Some of them say like, oh yeah, just take like ashwagandha extract. Start taking tongkat ali, right? Yeah. Or like some people say take testosterone. You heard of that?
The TURK
Yeah,
testosterone, right? Yeah. But what is that? It's a root, right?
No.
Is it?
Basically, it's insect testosterone.
Okay.
Which is like, what the fuck? It's chemically synthesized.
Okay.
Right. So it's hormones, right?
Yeah.
That insects are using.
Okay.
Yeah, from what I read up, I can't remember.
I mean, but hey, if it gives you that little boost.
And there are people are just like, yeah, this is natural, right?
What about Viagra? Some people put that in their pre-workout, so.
I don't know
because it's a blood thing also, right?
Yeah.
It brings blood to your
junk.
Yeah.
But I don't know how that's gonna work. As in, there's obviously side effects.
I'm sure.
So how detrimental is it gonna be? Is the risk to reward?
True.
Right. So it's definitely blood flow, because although people say the cock is a muscle, it really isn't.
It's an organelle. It moves like an organ.
Like, it's mostly cartilage that inflates
because blood goes there.
Because blood goes
So
there.
is it a muscle? It doesn't contract.
It doesn't contract.
Yeah, it's not a muscle.
It's like an ear.
But an ear doesn't inflate.
Yeah, because blood doesn't really go unless you have like a cauliflower ear. Blood goes in there, it can't go out.
Yeah, and it just solidifies.
Stays that way. Yeah, so that's your ear is basically a dick.
Whoa.
It's just it doesn't have the natural inflow outflow of blood, and that's what your dick pretty much is, other than a nerve ending and extended urinal tract. But that's about it.
It's a very interesting insight. Interesting perspective.
On Thursday, in preparation for Phallic Friday.
All right, interesting.
Yeah, so that's my take on steroids. I mean, like, sure, you do you, but what are you trying to achieve here? Is it worth the risk? Right.
I know someone who took it a long time ago. He just got very angry and he didn't like it. I guess makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's also like, yeah, is it worth it?
Yeah, is it worth it? Like, what do you gain from it? Like,
it's
how
not
much?
a bad thing. Like, people do use it for competitions, and I get it. It's useful, definitely useful, but just risk reward lor. See where you're at in life. What do you want?
I think you know Larry Wheels. Yeah.
He got a lot of side effects, also, right?
Yeah, so he was quite open on what he was taking. He had like a whole Discord, I think, over what he was taking. But he had an interview with somebody, I can't remember. But
is it that guy with the tattoos?
I think so.
The guy that always goes around Natty or not? That guy.
Oh no.
I've seen that on Instagram Reel or something.
I think he said something along the lines of like, out of everything that he took, like drugs and everything, like recreational drugs, like meth, like cocaine.
TRT is the worst.
Tren.
Oh, Tren.
Tren was the worst.
Yeah.
Tren just made
I've
him
seen
angry.
this. I heard of this. I saw this clip of him saying that. Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, Tren, sure. I guess it gets you pretty big, but makes
like the twins,
yeah, Tren twins, 5'2" and like just the meatball.
Jacked and angry, and like swollen.
But to what end, right? Like,
Yeah.
I guess social media and like exposure, but how long is that gonna last? Unless you're like Derek from More Plates More Dates and you start establishing Gorilla Mind, your own blood testing facility, doing coaching and stuff. Then
Is he natty?
no,
Right? Yeah.
no. I mean, like, he was blasting and stuff like that. So he's only on TRT now, I think. So that's more the educational stuff. Listening to him, because
It's also a lot of science.
A lot
of
of
science.
science.
I saw the whole Liver King expose. Like half an hour, just sit there, watch, read all the emails.
I think that was hilarious, man. And the audacity of the man who
Yeah,
just sits
man.
there and it's like, Liver King is not natty, and he
I'm
apologizes.
rich. I'm what? I'm like, I don't know what fuck he's
The
talking
9
about.
ancestral tenants.
Yeah lah, come on man. I hate that guy so much. Yeah. He's so full of himself.
But a lot of people just work on a lie, right? That's what they put out.
But not in this. I feel like again, it's in this industry or in this scene where, you know, when you look at someone on Instagram and you see that, wow, it took you 6 months to get here. Oh yeah, and you're natty. Then I'm fucking working out 2 years straight already, and I'm not like that. So like, oh fuck, like, am I doing something wrong? Like, you're not portraying what is, how you really got that thing.
A lot of them are like coming out and saying like, oh yeah, I'm actually not natty.
And it's not even a big deal. Like nobody
Yeah.
cares. Like just be honest about
Just
it.
be
and stuff.
realistic,
just be
right?
real about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And some people, you look at it, you confirm no, you're not lah.
Yeah.
But some of them like also like you can't tell. I don't know. You know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, like you could get like nothing but side effects and like none of the good stuff. You could be on like the guy who doesn't look like he even lifts is on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you never know lah. But you like. You want to be able to see like a realistic progress.
Yep,
you know?
yep.
You want to be able to see like, is this real or is this none of this is real? If everybody's on steroids, then of course then this makes sense. If
This
I'm,
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
like,
like
you
you
can compare yourself to it.
aspire to have like
Yeah.
a body of a certain type, right? So you want to see whether that's achievable
Yeah.
without all the exogenous stuff that other people are taking. But you also want to be realistic. It's like, am I not putting enough hard work? Am I doing something wrong? Because at this stage where I'm like 2 years in, 3 years in, I'm not
You're not
looking
seeing any
like
growth. Yeah.
that, right? Yeah, and that a lot of people, especially the young folk, they make a lot of progress, and they think that the moment they stop making progress,
Time
there's
to shoot
something
up.
wrong.
Yeah.
Something wrong. I need a new coach. Something's wrong with my program, etc., etc. I'm just like, the reason, actually, honestly, whatever program that you're taking, you're a beginner. It's likely every single lift is gonna be a PR, dude.
Was there a point in your journey that you plateaued for a bit?
Yep. And then I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna just take time off and then mix things up a bit. It's like, okay, my bench kind of sucks now. It hasn't gone up in a while. Why don't I take time off bench? Let's do something else, right?
What's your plan for, or what's your advice for progressive overloading?
Stick to the few exercises. You don't have to overcomplicate things. Start off with like obviously compound and then isolation and then like some of the accessory work, right? So if you plateau, it's more than likely it's not the main muscle group that's limiting you. Like for example bench, right? It's probably not chest that is stopping you from benching more.
It's lats, it's triceps.
Yes, lats, your triceps, it's your core engagements, your positioning, stuff like that. So how do you work on these accessory work, right? So like a very, very prime example was a bench was at I think 120 in 2019, like that's my PR. Then I tried to push it up, managed to get to like 125, 127.5, even after bulking and all this, right? Then I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna start weightlifting. So weightlifting, obviously you can't bench because it'll tighten up your pec, you lose mobility, overhead, because it's too tight.
What do you mean weightlifting you can't bench?
Like Olympic weightlifting.
Oh, right.
So you don't want your chest to be tight and kind of limit your mobility. So I stopped benching for like a good year.
Okay, but you still bench. Or you don't bench press.
I don't bench press.
You do dumbbell bench? Dumbbell?
No.
So what do you do for chest?
I just did some cable stuff and some dips.
Flies.
Yeah.
Damn.
And that was it. That was it for my chest work. Right? So after about a year, I came back with an extremely strong core. So being off a year of benching, my bench went to 135.
That's
Like a 10 kg
Yeah.
jump from not training bench.
interesting. Okay.
So that's just like a prime example of like how something else getting stronger will probably help with a specific movement, right? wherever you're lacking, because it's more likely than not when you fail your bench, it probably moved in a certain manner, or there's a form collapse somewhere, and there's a reason for that form collapse.
Huh.
Right, there's a weakness in the link.
Something is lah. Favorite chest exercise, or the one that gives you the most growth for you?
Growth. I would say incline Smith with pauses.
Pauses at the middle?
Yep.
Why Smith?
Why Smith?
Yeah.
Because it takes out the variability of control.
And why barbell? Why
incline?
No, why unilateral? Is it bilateral? Why is it one?
Why is it one? Because you want to take out the variability. You want to focus on chest. I don't want to focus on my rear delt. I don't want to focus on stability.
You do that without using the support of the Smith. Yeah.
So, incline
Smith.
And doing pauses on the second half of this, like on the way down. Yeah, that's fine. You can pause at the bottom. And then pause halfway up.
Up.
Yeah, from the top, go down.
Down, pause, touch,
pause at the bottom.
Pause at the bottom is touching my chest.
It's touching. Obviously, don't let it relax at the bottom.
Yeah.
Pause at the bottom. Pause halfway up.
90 degrees.
Yep.
And then up.
And then push it up.
And then pause down again, 90 degrees. Pause.
So that works because number one, there's control on the way down.
There's tension under time.
At the bottom is stretched but tensioned. You're not relaxing.
I see.
But the biggest one is that last one. The one that's halfway up.
Yeah.
Because at that point, that's usually a sticking point for everybody. Right. And at that point, you can't use triceps, you can't use shoulders, you can't use anything but chest to push it up. Like you can wiggle in whatever way you want. That position is 100% chest. Like there's no way you can get it up without contracting your chest as much as you can. You can try it out.
Yeah. I've never done incline on the Smith before. I done one incline on the barbell, but I didn't like it because I felt like I preferred the dumbbells.
Right, yeah. Because generally the
it's just awkward because it's like the range of motion is stuck here.
And it's a straight bar, right?
And a straight bar, yeah.
So if you want to do anything, it kind of shifts around. But if dumbbell, you kind of can rotate.
Yeah, you can rotate it.
But the Smith, it doesn't matter as long as the bar goes up. So you can be able to push forward or push back wherever you want to exert the force.
Right.
Right. It's just gonna go up, right?
Right.
Doesn't really matter. The more efficient is to just push up.
Where do you bring the bar down to for incline? Above the nene?
Yeah.
Right?
Above your nipple line.
Okay.
For a normal bench, you wanna hit below.
Below.
Yeah.
Or around there, still at, but below the.
Just below, because you're gonna arch a bit, right?
Yeah.
So it's probably like.
Do you do tricep close grip?
Close grip, I used to superset the skull crushers.
Okay.
So skull crushers first and then close grip just to burn it out. But generally not. You don't really need it.
How so? Because I started including that.
There's all the cable work and stuff. But if, say for example, you are already hitting chest, right? And then you want to hit triceps. You kind of want to hit triceps on their own. You don't want the limiting factor to be chest. It's more likely than not that a close grip bench after bench is just gonna
not bench after bench push day number 2 that kind.
Right. I guess you could.
But I like the Smith incline thing.
Yeah, I think I only added it 2 years ago, and it really added a lot of mass.
Okay.
Yeah. And you get the striations right down the center.
Ooh.
Because a lot of the time you cannot get the center portion of the pec, right? Because say if you set up slightly closer grip, at that movement on that second half of the push, you cannot use triceps because of the way it's stacked. Right? If it's going up, it's very difficult for you to use your triceps unless your elbows are a bit back, or you can flare out as much as you can. But it's likely you're stuck here. So for you to use pec, you kind of have to push it out. You have to use your pec and go full range so that you can lock out because it's narrow.
Okay.
So you get this kind of contraction all the way.
like the flies.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Try it out.
That works.
Thoughts on bent over rows?
Barbell bent over rows.
Because I heard the guy with the long hair, the Asian guy, Eugene, the YouTuber.
Oh, right.
Eugene Teo.
Yes,
The
that
Australian guy. He was saying that bent over barbell rows don't really work the back as much, but it's more of a lower body and a core thing. If you really want a wider back, you just do your pullbacks with the machine. Because that is a bit more isolated, which when I heard it makes sense, but you still need both.
Yep. Everything has to work in tandem with each other, right? You don't want to have such a small waist. I mean, at the end of the day, what's your goal here, right? Are you trying to push to put on mass? Are you very, very specific in where you want to put on mass? Right? What's a more natural movement?
I've always struggled with bent over rows because it's always like, do I touch the ground? Do I lean forward? Do I lean back a bit? Do I bounce it? Do I bring it to my hips? Do I bring it to my shoulders? To my chest? Whatever.
Alright. So you want to have the most natural movement, which is probably about a bit more engaged.
Which is what you told us that day, right?
Yeah.
Little like lift up thing.
Just posture up a bit, because if not, you'll be too far over the bar, you lose balance, and then you kind of destroy your lower back. Because at the end of the day, you just want to overload and contract. It might not be the best, but it's a good way to overload. Right? It's like those lateral raises where you go super heavy, you do partials. Yeah, those are effective because you're overloading the delts. Stuff like that. Yeah, so it works in overloading.
But it's not like you need this and you need that and you need that. You need everything of everything.
It's a natural movement, right?
Yeah, it's a pick up the thing from the ground kind of movement.
It's a supernatural movement. So that's how kind of like all the muscles work in tandem with each other. Because if you were to go like super specific and say like, I'm gonna isolate this particular part of the lat, then it's gonna suck, right? Because something else is gonna be lacking, and then you have to put attention into that item that is lacking. Okay, the rear delt's gonna suck, or like the lower traps are gonna suck now because all I did was just a lat pull down, a singular arm, very kind of specific lat pull down just to build the lats. Then everything else around it's gonna be like lacking.
Okay.
That's why I feel like the best leg builder is still the squat.
I don't squat lah. I feel like I don't squat, I don't deadlift.
Right.
Yeah, I bench, but also sometimes I prefer dumbbell. But I take turns off. Alternate. I tried squatting a few times. Always hurt my lower back, so I just stopped squatting. I just do hack, or I do Bulgarians.
Right.
And then for deadlift, I feel like
lower back
also, and like I don't. It's more of a burst kind of movement, so I don't like. I don't know. I just rather do pull downs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thoughts?
So you rather do that control time and attention kind of movement, right?
Because hypertrophy would.
I mean, yeah. Right. Muscular damage, right? Like tissue damage. Yeah, that's kind of what you want.
I don't know. Maybe I just don't have enough core back then to brace when I was doing those things.
Yep.
Maybe, and like when I did like a deadlift. I go and play with someone's deadlift like 2 days ago. I could do it like without feeling any pain, but it was just like one rep, like for fun. But it felt nice. It felt like, maybe I'll include it in a couple of months. Yeah, see if I'm ready.
Yeah, I mean, like similar to the bent over row, right? Deadlift, squat. It's a very good way to kind of overload.
Yeah.
In a like a full body kind of workout, right? Although it is more like back centric or leg centric, it's.
Do you?
Sorry.
Yeah, finish.
Oh no! It pushes your kind of like central nervous system to overdrive.
Do you Do you put the deadlifts on legs day or pull day?
Legs day. And I always squat before I deadlift.
What? Eh? Oh, okay. Yeah, can squat.
Because if your lower back were to die during squats, that's more dangerous.
Interesting. Yes.
So what if your legs kind of die during deadlifting? You're just gonna drop the bar down, right? Yeah.
That makes sense, but it's also like, isn't that a lot? 2 compounds in one day.
It is, and it depends on, again, your work capacity. So your work capacity is also dependent on your central nervous system. So kind of how much volume you can take, how much push you can take, and that takes time, right? So although it's like, it may not be a workout for your muscles, but it is a workout for your central nervous system, and that is one of the reasons why powerlifters may not look so big but are super strong.
Yeah, I don't wanna be strong. I just wanna look strong. But I do need to be strong for like certain things. But like, I feel like I'm strong enough for day-to-day survival.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, again, different objectives, right?
Yeah.
Some people just, I mean, they can say they're strong, but like, are you really strong? Like, so powerlifters are strong in 3 movements.
I mean that. Finish. Go ahead. 3 move. Oh, those 3 are.
Those 3 lah.
Okay.
Like you ask them to do overhead press, it's unlikely that they can do like even close to how much, like maybe even 50% of how much they're benching. Right?
I mean, there are a lot of guys at the gym that don't look super strong but are super strong.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a numbers game. It's always about winning.
Just being better, lor. Like, if you feel good when you put more weights the next time, more.
And there are those who just want to be better than somebody else. So just competitive.
Yep. It's the gym will humble you.
Yeah. It's crazy how like heavy circles just invoke so much emotion. Right.
You have to be honest at the gym. You can't go there and pretend to be strong. It will show you the truth, lor. You can't pretend to be anything that you're not, and it will humble you in that way. And when someone who doesn't look super strong benches or does more weights than you try and fight him. The stranger at the gym that's next to you, for some reason you're not happy, you wanna one up him, and you either get hurt from it or you just can't achieve it, lah. And then you're humbled and you see what you want to do with that.
And it's the most, how to say it, most transparent, I guess. Like, of everything in life, right? What you put in is what you get out. Like, slightly, this guy has been benching for like, I don't know, 3 years. That's the reason why he can bench that much. And again, we can talk about genetics all day, but like, what he put in is what he got out, right?
Effort just triumphs. Genetics play a part for sure, but genetics can only play so much. Well, I like that. That feels like a nice ending. A way to end this poddy. Any final words?
No, nothing from me.
Cool. I enjoyed it. You can find your nighttime now, right? You're not longer morning crew anymore.
I'm probably gonna go after work. To like probably de-stress and stuff. I mean, that's it's an outlet, right? It's probably how many times have you found yourself pushing heavy weights and just lost the count?
All the time.
Exactly, right? So it's just, it kind of like dials everything out, so you don't have to think of a lot of stuff. So I guess that's why it's a good place to be when you just want to de-stress, not
For
think about
sure.
things.
It's a great way to just vent, to spend all that energy that you have. And you need to spend the energy, otherwise you get restless, you get very frustrated. You need to go and run, you need to go and
proper outlet, right?
Yeah. Move people, like exercise. I feel like that's the best way that's the cure for everything.
Instead of doing something more detrimental to yourself, right? Some people go
just move, just be out and do something.
Healthy outlet.
Sure. So how can people reach you if they want to?
Instagram, I guess.
Or just meet you at the gym.
Or just meet me at the gym.
Like after work.
I'm like a gym mascot. I'm there so often.
Every day apparently.
Yeah, and then like
No rest.
I'm like the gym cat where like people come and like
Yeah, dude, every time I pop by, I see you chatting with someone, get someone to like every day. You just come and like
just say hi.
rub against the machine a bit, sit there.
Just come and pay respects. I feel like
I go there like I have a problem, and then you go and teach him lah.
yeah, but in the gym, I guess you find a lot of people from different backgrounds, so it's very interesting to talk to people. Yeah, you know that there's a guy who used to work for Credit Suisse in the gym, stuff like that.
Oh, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting just to see different kinds of people, different backgrounds.
It's just a venue, like people all from different walks of life who commute to this place to work on themselves.
Yeah.
So then a gym or any gym, if you believe in like how spaces have energy, like if you go to a temple, you step inside, somehow you just feel a little bit more calmer, a little bit more, because people all there, they come and they give that energy to that space. And the energy of the space is always one of improvement, always one of growth, always one of positive energy. So you step inside already, you feel like, all right, it's a good space, good people, everybody's here with the same frequency. Different spaces, different walks of life, different baggage, but they come and they work on it, however way they choose to work on it. Whether is it through banging out and exhausting themselves so they don't think about their problems, or they get humbled, or they vent and they feel better. Whatever way that they choose to do so, the gym is a special place, right? And we all go there and like you said, meet all these different people. Even now, here we are, meeting people, getting to know each other.
New social circle.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a great way to do that. And I feel like if to anyone who's feeling lost, who's and again, breakups make the best bodies. You're going through some fucked up shit, you're going through heartbreak, go to the gym. Yeah.
Just have a good outlet instead of like alcoholism and drugs and stuff.
Which is an outlet as well, but not a positive one. Cool.
So if you're sad, angry, stressed, whatever negative emotions, just pick up some weight.
Cool, man. All right. Again, Instagram, if they want to reach you.
Oh, for deal or no deal.
I was waiting for that. Are you related to Adi?
Yes.
Right. There's somebody told me that you guys are. How you were adopted or something? Is it, or your parents were?
My grandmother is adopted.
From a Chinese family.
I don't know whether it's from like any
or whatever.
I think apparently it used to be like a situation where like they give birth in the hospital. Right.
Then mix it up.
No, they're just like, okay, do you want to keep this?
No, nah.
It's like, nah. And then like
back in the day, shit.
Another family is just like, another
you want
family.
this?
Yeah. So
sure.
we have a baby. Anybody wants it? Just like, yeah, me, I do. Yeah, that was like in the 1920s.
Okay.
So you can't really trace the origin. You don't even know the date of birth.
Yeah.
Right. Like heck, my dad was like I think there was a midwife that they kind of gave birth to him, right?
And then the midwife just.
And then just like I think it was like raining, it was flooded. So the system was to go and register his birth, but they didn't get the time right, and they were kind of like locked in. So my dad was born in sometime in December, but then his official date of birth is 1st of January.
That's so weird. Okay.
So he's a few days older than what he actually is, and he has no idea which day.
Whoa. It's the Wild West, eh?
I just like, you're the omen, man. Like, you got full on flood when you were born.
Alright. Well, thanks for doing this. Thanks for popping by.
Thanks for having me, man.
Alright, that's it. Alright, thanks for listening. If you made it all the way to the end, I hope you learned something, or at least have a broader perspective on all the things that we spoke about. If you like what you hear, as always, just share it with your friends, repost it on IG, tag me, tag the Mostly Yoga page. I'll repost it as well. And then again, if you want to, you can show your support, donate to the coffee page, links in the description. Otherwise, if you have any questions, you want to reach out to me, you want to reach out to my guests, feel free to just DM them or DM me. I'm sure all very happy to respond to any questions. Otherwise, just, you can come to the gym and say hi to us if you see us there most of the time, Monday to Friday. Then what else? I think that's it. Enjoy your week or weekend, day or night, or whatever time that you're listening to this. And stay tuned for the next episode. Okay, bye.